What's going on YouTube? So today I decided to turn on my VPN and see what's going on in the different regions of the game. I'm from US East, but I said let me go check things out. So here I turned on VPN on PS5 and I'm on US West Coast servers. Now typically to get into these servers you generally need to know somebody or whatnot or just basically use a VPN like I'm doing here. And I'm looking at the network stats, the millisecond latency. It's about double than what I would get in the east. So in the east, I'm like in the 20s, 22. Here in the west, I'm in the 40s, 50s. I wouldn't want to play in here, although it's not a big latency. I would use this to basically farm exotic components, different regions, right? You can just go in here. Pretty much a lot of the boxes will be up. So it's a good farming method for components if you want to change servers and go to a different region. Having said that, I took a quick plane and here I am in Europe. 6 hours later, we're in European servers. So in European servers, this is definitely poor latency. I definitely wouldn't want to play in here, but it's good enough to go and get some boxes, right? All the boxes could be up depending on the time. Latency is about double what it is in West. You're talking about 80s. Again, I wouldn't want to play. Took another quick flight and now I'm in Asia. I believe this is Singapore. And this is probably the worst latency that I've seen. The Asia servers from where I am are probably the worst, specifically Singapore here. So again, I wouldn't play in this server. It's not about killing players. I would just go in, grab boxes if I'm farming exotic components, because the latency is really bad in Asian servers. But you can see it right there. Another quick plane, and we are in Australia. Check it out. So I'm in the Australia server, right? Aussie town. Hello, mate. Australian servers are similar to Asia, maybe a little less latency, but still, I mean, it's over 100 milliseconds. I wouldn't play. There's a bit of a delay with it. But actually, I saw some manhunts outside the checkpoint, so I'm like, oh shit, at least the Australians are going manhunt, right? Let me go out here and see what it actually would be to fight with that kind of latency. Maybe snipe somebody quickly. Let's see what these types of players are doing in here. I come out the checkpoint and lo and behold, the manhunts are right there to the right. And I did snipe one of them here, as you're gonna see. And this is just me like saying, okay, I want to test how this reacts. Is it really gonna be that much delayed when I try to snipe him? And this was an easy snipe, so I did fire, and there was a bit of a delay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It was like a slight delay between the time that I fired and like where normally I would get used to the bullet hitting in US servers. So there's definitely some bit of a lag going on there. Is it noticeable to the extent where you couldn't play in this server? No. You could still play in here. It's not like it's crazy lag or anything like that. So technically, I would be able to play in these Australian servers, but I'm not really going in here right now to fight. I just wanted to explore. In the future, I may come back in here and just see what the Aussies say when they get sniped or when I'm fighting them. But again, depending on how you view this, I may have a slight advantage over them if I'm lagging. All right, let's change servers again, and this time, which server are we in? Look at the server icon. There is no region listed on this area, right? It just has a big red big red antenna, and there's no region listed. Okay, so let me leave it as that for now. Like, guess where I'm at basically with no region. Look at the names there. We got interesting name there. We got some more interesting names here. Well, if you haven't guessed it, obviously it's not so obvious, but then again, I picked Brazil on VPN, so this is actually Brazil area, but found it interesting that it's not listed as a region on the server. So I go into this server and I see a guy that is extracting and I was gonna snipe him. But look at he sends me an invite, this guy. So he must be looking at the nearby and I decided not to snipe him only because I was gonna be friendly. He didn't say anything on the microphone. He's definitely a higher shade levels. He's being smart about it. He's checking the nearby, and he sent me an invite. So I just like, you know what? Let me not be too toxic here. I'm not gonna snipe him. It's all good, bro. I'm literally just in here testing the server. However, on my way back to the checkpoint, I saw some players go rogue. So this is still Brazilian servers. So they go rogue and get. I sniped them over here out of the checkpoint. Look at this headshot right here. Boom, headshot. So in this server, it was barely any delay. And I say barely because it's still not 100. Hey, I sniped this guy through the pole. It's still not 100%, but it's very playable, okay? Even though I'm in Brazil technically. So I sniped both these guys. And here I was actually trying to be a little toxic. I didn't say anything, but I was playing emojis on their bodies to see if they would start talking, talking shit to me in a different language. But to their credit, they said nothing. In fact, I go back to the checkpoint and then there's more people that come out fighting. So I'm like, oh shit, I want to see what toxic, talking sounds like in Brazil. They didn't say anything. All these people were fighting and nobody was talking. Nobody said anything. So shout out to Brazil because you guys are just pretty much quiet. You just do business here. I'm standing on this truck and just literally sniping through the crack. I don't see what's really going on, so I'm just firing shots and look, I get a headshot. I really don't know what the hell's going on over there. I'm just sniping through the crack and I managed to kill somebody with headshots. This guy right here on the right is the same guy that was at the extraction, the same name. So I decided not to shoot him. And I'm like, man, it's kind of the same in here. It's not too bad, but there is definitely a little bit of delay. Here I try to Okara them, but they clearly see me. They're too smart for that in Brazil. But I do back up, and at this point they know I'm sniping, so they try to rush me. But check this out. I get two here. Just bam, bam. I get two before they get me. Brazil, what's up from New York City, the Masters? So I want to give them a shout out because this is not like East Coast. Nobody was talking shit to me. Nobody said a word. So you know what? I might spend some more time in here. Master out.